All right, welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 295. So there is once again no updates, still no case numbers even for the anticipated appeal to the win at the tenant board. And there's one new sponsored block type that I added yesterday to the store. The last video was published, 9 days ago? I did a little bit of work on the next video today. And as usual, I will continue work today on the terminal block mining simulation game. So last night, I figured out a bug. I had a synchronization bug with the message passing, and I think I fixed that yesterday, just in the nick of time at the end of the stream. So today I think I'll maybe make that a bit more clear. I can kind of clean the code up a little bit. Orthoplex 64, how's it going? Once 45821 says howdy. How's it going? So I added this parameter. I could probably clean this up a little bit, like clarify it. Giordani says hello there. How's it going? Because I only want these messages to block sometimes, and I only want them to block when it's null. also make it more clear. Valentine's Day coming up, and I'm spending it alone again. Well, you're not alone. You're in the company of the 4 concurrent, or 4 or 6 or 3 concurrent viewers. I think about it is better. I guess it's not quite as good as it could be, but I know you can also Valentine's Day is not until tomorrow. You can also just go to like a cafe and people watch or something. That's also that makes you a little bit more connected to humanity. The internet is not really a real place. today is tomorrow, where I live. Oh, you're in one of those places. It's Valentine's Day in your time zone. In 1 hour and 50 minutes. Good opportunity to speed date in person. I mean, because of the date? Because it's Valentine's Day? Actually, I checked on Meetup. There was a couple like really small ones. There was like one. Someone started like some kind of speed dating Meetup event, and there's like 3 attendees that are going. So there's like them and like I think I saw like 2 people RSVP'd or something. And in my experience, the turnout is always less than the RSVP account. Yeah, and a lot of them too are I've seen some before that are like singles meetups, and there's a for like 45 plus, there's a huge surplus of single women looking for men, and below that it's like the opposite. The I don't know, demographics and societal issues and stuff are pretty out of whack right now. Nobody has any money. Everyone's all crazy. It's the point of a date to take time to get to know the other. Opposite of speed. I've gone to for when I was back doing like business meetups and stuff a lot. Then like it's not dating, but like speed networking events where you just like sit down and talk to someone for 30 seconds or something. I find the actual like where you actually would get something out of it is if you do the rounds at like all the meetups. So a pretty common thing is if someone loses their job, or they're like, they're going through a phase where they're just looking to meet people, they'll go to every meetup event. And if you go to like one meetup event, talk to someone for a bit, and then you go to the next meetup, and then you see that same person like next week or something, and you recognize them, and you're like, oh, I remember you, like, last time you said this, how's this thing going? Then you can build some familiarity. But yeah, and like with the speed dating event, it's not enough time to get to know anyone. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually even been to like a speed dating event. singles meetup is more organic sounding in that regard. I also find it's like when you if you haven't met someone, you don't know any context. It's really hard to get like you have to spend enough time with someone so they let their guard down. Like the way someone behaves. Like if they think they were like in a job interview, they'll people have an inclination to try and like agree with everything you say, I find. And you don't actually get to know, like you say, like, hey, there's this movie that I like. Then you'll meet certain people will just like instantly agree with that, be like, yeah, that's a great movie, I love that. But actually they're lying. They're just trying to impress. After the initial get to know, people usually get together for meals. Yeah, I guess that's the general intention. I haven't been to any of those events in years. I've never been to like an explicit speed dating event. I've been to lots of like business and tech meetup events in the past. Whoever catches feelings first is the desperate one. Desperate is not attractive. I don't know. I think in the way the world is today, nobody is attractive. Everyone's crazy. So if there's something wrong with you, there's probably something wrong with the other person too. It's not good. It's not supposed to happen. Joseki, how's it going? Okay, false. True. Oh, that's why. It definitely can feel like that. Then it just runs you into the next candidate. Don't know, it worked for me. It's like shock therapy for the socially anxious. Going well, sir. Hope you're well. Yes, today I'm doing pretty good. I plan to get more done. I don't know if you guys have. I keep checking Twitter for all the like crazy news and revelations that keep coming out. I think there's some structural changes that are going to significant geopolitical, societal changes that are going to take place over the next few years. I think it's going to take like decades for this information to soak in. Okay, that's working. Okay, I might change that constructor. Let's make it explicit everywhere. Let's make it more clear. Curious what music you listen to, but you don't have share if you don't want to. It depends. Depends what phase I'm going through, or what kind of. I guess I listen to a lot of stuff that trends. The Japanese vaporwave music. I listened to that for a bit. In terms of bands, Crystal Castles, I like their music, although I haven't listened to them in a while. Random songs that pop up. There was actually one. There was a guy who was here yesterday or a couple of days ago, and he recommended a band. What's it called? I think Caravan Palace or something. And he really wanted me to listen to their music. And I said, I'll make a note of it. And then I looked them up. I just searched for them. And then I realized that their most popular song is one that I've listened to. It's just like it's got a ton of views. But it's like the only song of theirs that I listen to. So yeah, just a lot of the stuff that comes up in YouTube recommendations. I think it was called Lone Digger or something. Oh, and recently the YouTube has been recommending a lot of the remixes of the one with cats. Yeah, YouTube has been recommending the Toujours L'amour toujours, the thing with the penguin going off into the distance. Yeah, I haven't listened to that Lone Digger. I haven't listened to that song, and it was trending a few years ago. I listened to it a bit. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe what music I listen to, because the number of songs is so large now. And the other one that's been coming up is remixes of the I forget what the name of the song is. The one I come from a land down under. I forget what the title of the song is. Okay, that did not deadlock, which is good. The Australian national anthem. Men at Work Down Under. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I listened to. There's like endless variations of like slow versions and like remix versions and stuff. So you can like listen to it and then you listen to the remix version. And it's kind of like a different song. Let's do a lot of random Japanese stuff. And there's so much good content on the internet. Okay, the next thing I was going to do was I think this one would cause the deadlock. Learning Japanese for greater than 20 years. That's a long time. Do you live in Japan? Okay, I think that'll do the deadlock. Japanese is also very hard to learn. Yeah, I would imagine there's probably a lot of cultural stuff too. Okay, that was the deadlock I was looking for. UK. So you're in the UK. I can't remember. Was it? There was someone I was talking to who's from the UK. I've heard there's like crackdowns on online censorship and stuff. Forgive me if it was you that I asked this question to, but I was asking. I was wondering, as I see like news and information that they're cracking down on free speech, and you can if you post stuff. If you post like, I'm not happy about immigration, you can get a visit from the police and stuff. Is that a thing? Complicated. There have been arrests, mostly people who've been inciting. Had a couple of riots. Yeah, I keep seeing lots of podcasts and news and stuff about things are changing rapidly over there, and it kind of seems like, I don't know if Canada's on the same way. I think we're on the same trajectory as you guys. yeah, I forgot to edit this. Yeah, there's endless good remixes of those random Japanese pop funk. Did you guys see my shorts of my proposal for the Japanese vaporwave and old TV commercial cafe? Something borderlining on Mallcore? Mallcore, is that a thing? Not a massive fan of shorts. I love the vape. Absolutely love the vaporwave. I assume you've heard it. About Simpsons Wave? Yeah, that was I think that was like actually one of the first. I think that was my introduction to vaporwave. Yeah, there was a lot of offshoots. There's like everything you could think of wave. was introduced by Marble Racing Stream on Twitch. Interesting. Have you gone down the liminal spaces rabbit hole? I've seen some. I've seen there's I think there's a lot of rabbit holes of that. I think I saw Some Ordinary Gamers has a video on it, and he goes into some like weird places on Google Maps where they appear. And I think so liminal spaces, that's like the general category of weird looking spaces. There's that one with the endless, or the back rooms. That's what I'm thinking of. I think there's also a video too. Someone figured out where the back rooms originated, and they like tracked down the actual like building that it was in. It was actually a fairly small building. Still listening to Ned Flanders taking off in his car, slowed to the Riverbend Vaporwave remix. A few vaporwave and city pop songs I listen to regularly. I guess I don't really know all the different genres and the difference between them. There's a few mixes that are, if you just type in like 1980s Japanese 1980s Japanese commercial vaporwave or something, you'll get a bunch of these like hour-long mixes with it's just like all these really happy commercials of people like drinking Coca-Cola and stuff to some really upbeat music. whole catalog of vibes of that time comes with it. Just all upbeat, filled with the positivities. Yeah, that's why I think it would make a great idea for a cafe. Only growth and optimism. Yep, there's no crazy homeless people yelling at the sky. There's no poop on the ground. So sad as everything's turned out, but we can build a new society. That's why in Axel Heiberg, we're going to do everything right. Unless you change the way we do things, what has happened before will happen again. Would be better to solve the current issues. Yeah, there's there's a lot of structural issues with, like, there's a lot of money and resources that are getting wasted. History shall not repeat thyself. Hope not. All right, it's not deadlocked. Let me think. What should it actually do in this case? It's not ideal, but okay, this now accepts a blocking type. So if it asks to block, the current value is null. It gets added into the waiting data structure. And this prevents it from accidentally being set null, because if it blocked, presumably it only wants to be woken up when the value is non-null. So I think that should work. Okay, the whole reason I went down this rabbit hole was was failing to open a client, but that might actually work now. Okay, open frame, open world connection, submit. I need to actually update this so it gives you some feedback. Submit. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I forgot it because it'll run that. It'll call the setup. Oh, there's no selected frame. Can the app be called with all parameters so you don't have to actually use any of the menus to configure, etc. from the CLI? Right now so these are the current flags that do exist. In terms of like I've basically, it's kind of feature creeped into like, I have this whole like frame system, and now I'm adding the ability to connect to different worlds and stuff. So this, if you wanted to be able to like run it, like launch it in an arbitrary way, like launch it from scratch with a certain set of frames open, there's no mechanism to do that right now. I still have to do like for arbitrary manipulation of the user interface and the frames and what you're connected to. I could make the APIs a bit better, so you could actually just like have some parameters and it would automatically launch up with a. I think ideally what the thing would be to have like a config file. Yeah, config file that you specify, like something, in your home directory, like block mining RC file or something, and that would actually have a description of because the user interface is described as like a tree, and then it could just remember what you had opened last and what the ratios were and stuff, and try to launch with that. It'd be a while before if I did implement anything like that. Let's try this again. So I think it's pretty much all the way there for being able to open new clients. I guess I should also make it possible to close a client. I wonder if it'd be interesting, as it is CLI based, to try piping the output to something that could be read by an AI. Yeah, that is I have thought about that, like even if you just took the whole frame, like the blocks represent things in the world. So what you could do is just like in the help menu, there's a description of what the block means. So you could say like here's a map of these things. Like there's many ways you could do you could just take the entire text output and put it into that, or you could, probably a better thing would be to like actually make skins for it and then put it through like a 3D rendering engine. Hack them all. You are the best. Thank you. Even if you don't want to use AI as part of the game itself, it might help for testing. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about to be honest, I'm actually thinking more about like integrating AI into the game, so that like the content of the game could be AI more so than like coding part. But I guess yeah, I still have yet to get around to actually testing out the latest versions of Cloud Code. Oh, maybe it's replacing the current frame. So when I do tab, it's doing something. Yeah, I've got some issues with well, it's still progress. Somehow it's bypassing focused frame. Perhaps it'd be interesting to look up how to build an MCP server for a game in Java. Yeah, that would actually be interesting. I have no idea. I just knew that like I was complaining about how the main barrier to these large language models was like working with them, like getting your code into them from the IDE. But and that's why I came to learn of these MCP. They said the MC Model Context Protocol is going to solve all this stuff. I don't know anything about the actual protocol. Abandoned. It says what? Question mark. What indeed? You put up an instance in the background. AI runs a client to be a second player. Yeah, and there's there's lots of cool, interesting possibilities. I was thinking about now that I have the text input thing, or even just adding like botting as a feature in the game, so you can there's like just a sequence of commands to like move up, move down, move to this place, and then if you just let the AI know how to do stuff, it could. I mean, that could be a mechanism for enemies in the game. Lots of possibilities, but you could write an OpenClaw extension and allow the thousands of people who use OpenClaw to play our game. OpenClaw, not familiar with that. I'll have to look that up. Well, I put it in my art for tonight. I actually got some progress. Tomorrow I will take a look at this and figure out why. I think it's something to do with... I think I'm losing... I think what's happening is I'm replacing the whole display tree with that like setup function. So we'll have to make that smarter. Didn't OpenClaw crash and burn since it was vibe coded with zero security? Oh, it's one of those things. I'm imagining a game right now that can only be controlled by by inputting prompts. Well, that'll be it for tonight. We'll be back for tomorrow night for day, I think it's 296. All right, have a good night.